Hey guys, welcome to ANS Solver. Today we'll be doing the concept of the general binomial expansion, which is a subtopic in the chapter of further algebra. Okay, so first we'll be doing the form. Okay, this is very important, so you need to pay attention. The form is basically something like 1 plus x raised to n. Okay, where you need to know that this 1 which you have here, this should always stay. Okay, you should always have a 1 here. Okay, you need to remember this, it's really important. So let's say if I get thing like 1 plus x the whole cube. Okay, here you need to know, okay, that your x is equal to x, correct? Because in the form your x, I just have an x, and the n here I have as 3, correct? Because n is the raised to part, so the n here I have 3, correct? In the same way, if I get something like 1 plus, okay, 2x the whole raised to 4. In this case, as you can see, the 1 is there, so the form is constant. And here you need to know, okay, that your x is now equal to 2x, because as you can see here in this place where you had x, now here you have 2x, correct? And the n which you have is equal to 4. This is what you need to know. It's basic substitution. Here you had x, now you have 2x, so your full x becomes 2x. Okay, simple. This is what you need to know. Okay, so now you have the formula. The formula, okay, for 1 plus x raised to n, okay, is equal to 1 plus n into x, correct, plus n into n minus 1 x square divided by 2 factorial, okay, plus let's say n into n minus 1, okay, into n minus 2 over 3 factorial x cube. Now this can go on and on. Okay, so in the question they'll specify whether they want it till x cube. It's normally they ask you till x square and x cube. Okay, but just read the question. So this can basically go on and on, correct? Like later you get n into n minus 1 into n minus 2 into n minus 3 over 4 factorial with x raised to 4, correct? Like that, it can go on and on. Okay, so this is the formula which you need to know. Okay, now this is important, converting into the correct form. In some questions you'll get a binomial expansion, but it won't be in the correct form. Let's say if you get something like, I'll take an example. Okay, if you get something like 2 minus x raised to 4 or 2 minus 3x raised to 4. Okay, I know for the correct form, what do I need? It's even alright if you have negative here in the middle. Okay, even this is fine. This is alright. You don't need to be concerned about that. But the most important thing is this 2 here. Here you need to know that you should only have a 1. That means what I can do is, in this case, I can take the 2 outside the bracket. So I get 2 raised to 4. So that means inside the bracket I get 1 minus, because I've taken 2 outside, I get 3x, okay, over 2 here because I've taken 2 common, correct, raised to 4. Okay, this is what you need to know. So in this case, now what you can do is, you know that this is the perfect form which you needed. So now you know your n is equal to 4 here. Okay, the x which you have, okay, which is basically the part here, but whenever you have a negative, you take the negative also into account. So you write this as negative 3x over 2. Got it? When it's positive, you only write positive. When it's negative, you take negative. Correct? So now you write this as 2 raised to 4 with the formula, which is 1 plus n into x, correct? Refer the formula here. N into x, which is basically 4, multiplied by minus 3x over 2, correct? Plus, now you will do n into n minus 1, which is basically 4 into 4 minus 1, which is 3, divided by, okay, you get 2 factorial and you get x. In this case, your x is minus 3 over 2x, the whole square, correct? This is what you basically get. Okay, let's say if they only ask you till x square, okay, they only ask you till the expansion of x square, then you only need to write it till here, correct? Now you can write this as 2 raised to 4 into 1 plus 2 ones are 2 twos are. Now you do 2 into minus 3, which is basically minus 6. So you do minus 6x, correct? Plus, now you do 4 into 3, which is 12. 12 over 2 is basically 6. So you do 6 multiplied 2. Now you do minus 3 over 2, the whole square. So minus 3 the whole square is 9. Over 2 the whole square is 4. And you get x square here. Correct? This is what you basically get. So now you can write this as 2 raised to 4. Correct? With 1 minus 6x with 4 2's are here, 3's are here, plus 3 into 9, which is 27. So you get 27 over 2. Correct? X square. Now you take the 2 raised to 4 inside the bracket. 2 raised to 4 is basically 16. So I can take 2 raised to 4 inside the bracket. So I get 16 minus, now on the calci, correct? Just give me 1 second. On the calci, you can simply do 16 multiplied by, okay, 16 multiplied by minus 6. Okay, 16 into minus 6, which is negative 96. So you get negative 96x. Correct? Now you simply do 2 raised to 4 multiplied by, which is basically 16 multiplied to 27. Okay, and you divide it by 2. So you basically get 216x square. So this thing here is basically your final answer. Got it? So first, okay, the steps are basically write it in the correct form. Once you get it in the correct form, identify your n and identify your x. Then basically just substitute it into this formula. One important thing you need to know about this topic or this concept is that this is very prone to silly mistakes. Okay, so you need to be very alert while solving it. So what we can do is we can do another example. Okay, so if I get something like 5 minus 2x, okay, raised to 3, okay, and I need to expand, okay, till let's say x square again. This is what they'll specify, okay, ascending powers of x square or something, correct? Ascending powers of x till x square is what they'll specify in the question, correct? So the first thing is basically the form. The form means I only need a 1 here. This is the thing which I need. I need a 1 here. That's the only thing which I need to convert. Correct? So what I do is I take 5 outside the bracket. So I get 5 cube. Okay. With basically here I get 1 minus, here I get 2x, but divided by 5 because I've taken 5 common outside, correct? The whole cube. This is what I'll basically get. So here I can simply identify that my n is equal to 3. My x, because it's negative, will be negative 2x over 3, correct? Sorry, not negative 2x over 3. Negative 2x over 5, correct? This full thing here. Now what I can do is on the calc I can simply do 5 cube where I basically get 125. Now I can substitute to get 1 plus n into x. N is basically 3 into minus 2x over 5, correct? Plus n into, which is 3, n into n minus 1, which is 3 minus 1, which is 2, over 2 factorial with x the whole square, correct? This is basically the formula. You need to remember this formula properly, correct? This formula we only need till x square, so I'm only writing the formula till here, correct? This is what you need to know. So now you can write this as 125, okay? Just to be safe, you can even write the formula, okay? Actually, that's better so that you don't lose any marks and you're 100% sure. Now you can write this as 1, okay? 3 into 2 is basically 6. So I can write this as minus 6x over 5, okay? Plus on the calci, first, you get a 3 here because 2 and 2 factorial, get cancelled. And on the calci, you can simply do minus 2 over 5, the whole square, where you basically get 4 over 25 x square, correct? This is what you basically get. So now you can write this as 125, okay, into 1 minus 6x over 5 plus 3 into 4 is basically 12 over 25 x square. Now I can simply take this 125 inside the bracket. Okay, don't forget that because some people sometimes make a silly mistake there. So you can do 125 minus, now you can simply do 125 into 6 over 5, correct? Which is basically 150, correct? X, okay? Then you can do 125 into 12 over 25, which basically gives you plus 60 x square. So this is basically your final answer up to x square, correct? So this is what you need to know. Okay, this is the full binomial expansion. The most important thing is basically converting it into the form, identifying your nx, then simply substituting, and then getting your final answer. And please beware of silly mistakes. People tend to make many silly mistakes in this chapter because this chapter is asked in the ending of the question, and obviously you must have done 7 or 8 questions before that in that paper. Okay, so your mind sometimes gets exhausted, so you make silly mistakes. But please beware because this is a very scoring chapter. Okay, but if you make silly mistakes, you lose all your marks, correct? One silly mistake can cost you the full answer, correct? So yeah, this is basically the full concept. Thank you very much for watching. Please view the next video.